Hello and welcome to today's Bold Trail Academy. I'm having a little bit of problem with our video feed on my end, so you have to bear with me here. Today we're going over the Design Center. Design Center is a feature within KV Core that gives us all of our print media. And I'm going to also talk about Canva because we can't talk about Design Center without Canva. And so these are all upgrades that we have through obviously Bold Trail, KV Core, and Canva. And what I've discovered is that in the past, we would sit there and I'd almost obsess about the print media that I would put out and what it looks like. And then once you get into doing print media, there's the formatting, because when you go in and you're doing a thumbnail for your YouTube, you want a certain format, different from if you're doing an open house flyer, just all of these different things. And so on my YouTube channel, you can see these thumbnails. And so if you're into the YouTube, which I would hope everyone's doing YouTube videos, this is for the Bold Trail Academy. I also have my other channel, which is living in Placer County. If you're in that space, the thumbnail is really what drives traffic. So it's important to put together a thumbnail that conveys the message and compels people to watch the video. Same thing when you're putting your print media content out there for your new listings, for your open houses, whatever it is. You want to put that print media out there, but I'm not an expert in putting together print media. I was an econ major. All of this, I tell people, look, if I knew I was going to be a realtor while I was going to school, I probably would have majored in marketing, because that's really what we are, is we are marketers. So with that said, this is my dashboard within Bold Trail. And we're going to go down to marketing. And as you can see in marketing, we have Design Center as one of the bookmark tabs within the marketing. I'm going to give you guys an overview today, but get into this, get into the marketing, and just start looking around. There are so many different aspects of this. I'm not going to be able to cover it all today. You have flyers, postcards, door hangers, brochures, stationery, main feed. I mean, it goes on and on. And as you go through this, you have to think about, okay, what, let me get Steve logged in here. Give me a second. You have to think about what it is you're trying to do, what message you're trying to get across. All right, so Steve is now co-host. Welcome, Steve. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you very much.
And so I just want to go through a couple of these here. Really cool features in Design Center. You can make a listing video. So I know we're not all proficient at making videos, but this makes it pretty simple. I'm going to go down here to Sunnybrook. And what this does is it pulls all the information over from IDX. And you can go through the listing photos and decide which ones you want. Like if I don't necessarily want this beautiful picture of the dining room in there, I can eliminate that picture. So it's, like I say, it's a cool feature to have. Here's another great picture of the office. So I use this kind of jokingly because, the property is not in the best condition, but you can go through it. It pulls the information over from the IDX, and you can go down, you can choose music to it, and then you can do a voiceover if you want, and you can make the video. You don't have to set up a camera. You don't have to do anything techie at all, except go through the prompts and make the video. It's a cool feature. It's a cool feature for those who are not into setting up video cameras and doing all the crazy stuff that I do. Print media. So within the print media, I mean, look at all of the different categories they have in here. Um, if you want to boast about yourself, or maybe you have an agent on your team you want to boast for, you have all of these pre-formatted stationaries, prints, whatever you want to call them, that are in there. Um, you can design your own stationery, postcards, um, send out seasonal events. 4th of July is in here. Again, all these things are pre-formatted. You have your business cards down here. So that you don't really have to worry about the type of design. You want to do social media? Again, it's the same sort of content, but they're putting it into a different type of design. So this is the square is specifically for Instagram. So if you want to post on the gram, you're a big gram poster, right, Steve?
Probably not, but
Probably not. But you can go in here and it's pre-formatted. You can put your own images in here and create your own content, post it on the gram, as they say. So I encourage you all to get into the Design Center and just start using it. And so let me go back to the dashboard just so that we all know where we are. You go down to marketing, Design Center is here. You can go into all marketing and you can find Design Center. Okay. For the listing information, it pulls it straight in. So we can look at the kits for the listings. How about this on Fawn Creek? Fawn Creek, I did a manual listing, so the photos aren't pulling. But you can, it formats all of this. It pulls the information in, and right there, you've just created your flyer. You know, it takes no effort to do. You can go in and edit it. You can get really granular with it, but you don't have to.
Alex, would you say the best way for agents to learn this is just to go grab a property and just go try, see what they can get done? Just grab any possible option and just try it?
Steve, you know, in working with me on this stuff, you know, Steve and I have done a lot of work together on getting him up to speed within KV Core. And I'm not trying to throw you in the bus or call you out or anything. It's just the fact that um, you know, I've gone in and Steve's had frustrations working with the platform, and as we've gone through his journey to get up and running, he looks at it differently today because he's just gone in and he's started to work with it. Again, all these designs, the information's pulled over from the MLS. You don't really have to think about it too much. There is some input, obviously, with your agent information. Much of it is pulled in from your initial setup. But it's just a really cool feature. And I encourage everyone to get in here and use it. I'm using it. If you're going to go out and walk the neighborhood and promote your open house, which I know a lot of agents are doing right now, use this resource. Don't sit back and go, gosh, I got to think of my own design. It's already here for you. Steve, the one thing you taught me about doing open houses early on. So Steve was my mentor. I switched over from doing loans and to doing real estate in 2009. And I knew nothing. I thought I knew everything. But I remember my first open house, it was a complete train wreck. I was like 90 minutes late to the open house, and I was stressing about the flyer. I had to have the perfect flyer and I had to get it printed. Steve just looks at me and goes, dude, just go do it. Print it from MLS, just print the listing flyer and just go do your open house. It doesn't matter that you're late. The message he gave me is that in all of this, it's important really just to launch. Don't sit there and obsess about everything being perfect. Over time, as I've done more and more open houses, I've refined that entire process. And I, I now know exactly what my flyer looks like. It takes me less than 10 minutes to put it together. I print them out and I'm done. This is the same with all technology. If you're posting to TikTok and you've never posted before, the first time you do it, it's frustrating. It's going to take you a long time. You're going to walk away from it a couple times and go, this is crazy. But if you're a consistent poster of TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, whatever it is, you're going to get a system down, you're going to get a flow down. And so that's what I encourage you to do with the Design Center is just start using this. Now, let's switch over. Let's talk about Canva. Now, within EXP, we all now have a subscription to Canva. Can everyone see my Canva?
Yes.
All right. So check this out. This is my Canva, obviously, and this is a design I did for today's session. Today's session, I went in and said, okay, I'm going to use the clip artwork directly from Bold Trail KV Core, and I put them in here, and then I took my image and I removed the background and I put this together. I'm sure I've lost 90% of you and going, oh my gosh, how did you do that? With Canva, it's super easy, and I'll show you. But what I really want to get into is the branding. So what EXP has done is they've gone in and created all of these pre-formatted branding templates for us. So you can go in and in this case, I'm going to add a new page. So now I just added this page. So all of these text boxes are pre-formatted in here. You can change the photo, change all this information around. Again, you don't have to go in and create your own design. It depends on where you, yeah. So under templates, one of the cool things is so you can search YouTube because I'm always looking for YouTube templates, and it'll give you the pre-formatted YouTube templates. This is significant because when you post to YouTube, you want to make sure that you have the right sized template. Like this one here, they cut off the lettering a little bit. You know, these are all sized because I'm using the YouTube sized template. Okay. So that's the significance of this when you're going in and looking at these different designs. But the cool thing is that this is all branded, branded under your footprint of EXP. And we can look at more of this stuff. And so that's another cool design. How about this one? Yeah, that one's cool too. And you can change this stuff around. I've just barely scratched the surface on what's available, but I'm a fan. I'm a fan of all of this. Steve, have you had any experience working within Canva?
Very lightly, but I'm real excited about it. And it's a very user-friendly platform. I've gone into the built out templates that we already have in the New Vision
Yeah.
EXP team site, and I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
Alex, I would like to add a little something just with the Canva real quick. To add another little layer, you can go to like Etsy and pick out a package. Might be $5.99, $7.99, depending on what you want. They'll have everything on there. You just purchase it, and then it automatically downloads into your Canva. So you have multiple templates, more so than what we already have. Lexi and I experienced this, and we came across some really amazing stuff, and it's super easy.
nice. Yeah, great tip. The content through Canva or through Etsy, it's a rabbit hole that you can jump down. But if you're looking for something very specific, by all means, go to Etsy. Those designs are available. And it's just, like I say, it's a rabbit hole. How deep do you want to get down the design rabbit hole? Me, I like to keep it simple. I like to keep it simple. So if I'm going in and I'm in my design and I want to go in and create a new design, well, let's look at elements. So elements, let's look at elements. So a lot of times we want to have these different elements and graphics, and all of these are preloaded in here. It's a matter of dragging them over. So let's go in And let's look at a design, and we're going to go with a new design. We're just going to create a new design. And within this, we're going to say we want, let's do Instagram. So now it pre-formats it for Instagram. So this comes up, and then I can go to my uploads. So these are my uploads that I've done. And, you know, here's the photo that I used earlier. I'm going to drag it in. And, you know, this is without the background removed. So right up here, you go background remove. BG stands for background remove.
Very good.
And so it goes in and it removes the background. Give it a second here. And then if I want to go in, I think it's taking a second, and I want to use, so it's been removed. And I can resize that. I can move it around. And now I want to put in my EXP logo. Okay, well, it doesn't have the background removed, so we'll remove that background. And now I can drag this over and I can be carrying the EXP logo. Again, the only reason I know how to do this stuff is because I've gotten in here and have gotten my hands dirty doing this stuff. And then here is the design center that we're doing today. And I can take and drag this around. You know, if I want to tilt it a little bit, I can get in there. You can move this stuff around. So this is how I've been creating these thumbnails. I'm just scratching the surface. I'm not really doing this justice. I'm just trying to keep it basic because I find that, again, we get too granular with this stuff too fast, and it gets intimidating. Chuck, you had a question.
Yesterday, I created a couple of CMAs on Present, and I wasn't able to get a picture on Present. And I was wondering, can you cut and paste right out of Canva into Present? Because there's one section or there's one question where you can actually put a photo in, it says.
Yeah, so when you're into the Present, and what were you trying to do again?
Put a photo on the first page. It gives you the ability to do that, but I couldn't get it to upload it.
So were you doing a flyer?
Mark just told me JPEGs work.
No, on the CMA.
Oh, the CMA.
I tried JPEG, I tried GIF, I tried BMP, I tried, bitmap. I couldn't get
and
any
you're on
one
a
of them.
PC, right?
So you're saying it's yes.
Yeah. You know,
Not at the moment,
I
but
run on a
normally,
Mac,
yes.
and it's just a different environment. So I jokingly always say that if you're having an issue with your PC, you could always get a Mac, and it tends to work itself out.
Yeah.
PC users would disagree.
It's echoing in
Oh,
the room.
see, and there you go. You got a Mac, don't you? Or an Apple. Otherwise, you wouldn't
So,
have the echo. Nanner.
So Chuck, I could sit with you and figure it out on your PC machine, the Wayback Machine.
Okay,
So,
let me ask you the Wayback Machine. Okay, so let me just put it this way. On that CMA presentation, it would have been nice to have a picture on there. And I tried various formats. If you know how to do that, regardless if it's Canva or not, please let me know.
yeah. So Mark
Well, I'm
here
sure
will
you can. What did you use? Tell me. Just put it in
All right.
the meeting chat.
So,
I'm in a very noisy area. I'm going on
So
mute.
we'll stay on subject here. Chuck, we can go offline, and I can help you out with that. I just joke about the PC versus Mac, because I
Yeah,
think
I
it's
know.
funny. So within this, we do have other, like if you go right into your listing and you want to print the flyer, you don't have to necessarily go into Design Center to print your flyer. You can just go into the listing and it generates this flyer right here. So 2 pages long. If you're looking just to generate a flyer, you could do this front and back. You could eliminate the 3rd page. Again, all this information pulls directly from the MLS. So we'll go back to Design Center. If you want to do door hangers, you can get in here and choose all these different designs. You can go in and choose the MLS. We'll go back to Sunnybrook, and it'll pull all the information over. And just like that, you just created your 4x9 door hanger. Again, super easy stuff.
Tying some stuff you told us before about using open house and whatnot. I'm adding my tags and the QR codes by just doing a little toggle switch on these designs at the design
Yes.
center. And I just learned you don't have to put in the hash mark when you do that. Otherwise you get a double hash mark.
That's right. That's right. You don't want to create multiples. So that's what I wanted to show you guys today, just going in, using the Design Center, and then also using Canva. These are great features. Again, you got to get your hands dirty, go in there and use them, and start creating better content. And in today's age of the real estate agent, the video is very important. The content that you put out there is important. I don't know about you, but I don't always get really excited about putting out videos every week and posting to all the different social platforms and all this stuff. It kind of burns me out. And so what I do to not get burnt out is I just try to come down and figure out a way to streamline this stuff so that I'm not overthinking it. I'm using the resources that I have, and trying to be consistent with putting the content out.
If you could take everyone just from the top, we've only got a couple of minutes left, just straight from the top, right in the KV Core platform and navigate to this, just so that we have that experience again.
Sure. So again, this is my dashboard. You can see Steve. Steve looked at a market report 2 hours ago.
I did.
He's checking out the market report. You go down here to marketing, all marketing. Design Center is a direct link. You could go there, or you click into it and get into Design Center. Again, you just got to go in there and just start using it. There's, I don't know how many designs are in here, but whatever you're looking to do, it's in here. It's in here. I find that the resources within Design Center are getting better and better. They keep improving it. And that's why it's included in this series of tech upgrades. So that's what I have for you guys. Steve, any thoughts?
No, I think we'll go ahead and conclude this and start a recording for some questions and answers. And
Okay. Angel, you have any thoughts on this? Is Angel still with us?
Yeah,
She's
I'm
with
here.
us.
Yes, I'm
There
here.
you are.
I was muted. Yeah, so like I was saying, going to Etsy, I know that's a little bit going down the rabbit hole and whatnot, but definitely this is very, very helpful. I've started playing around with it a little bit, but I'm definitely, with my listings coming up, I will be using this more and more. But like you said, Alex, dive in, get your hands dirty and make it happen. And you'll be amazed at what you can actually come up with. I do post on social media. Like I go to Instagram, then it automatically posts to Facebook for me. So that's a little trick too.
Yeah. All right. So again, if you need help with your KV Core, setting it up, getting your database going, I do offer that one-on-one service. And I do have the 21 days to build a habit training that is ongoing. I have a session going right now. I'm taking reservations for the next session. So if you're interested in either of those, you can reach out to me. I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording, then we'll restart it and we will take questions. So give me 1 second.